The action is flying from Miami as we get set for our third matchup of the day. Cannot wait to get this one started as we have got the Arkansas Matrix facing off against the Houston Volts in this second day of action for event number 1 of the Pro Padel League. We are about ready to head to Javi Carrasco for introductions.
This morning here in the Pro Padel League. Amazing place, beautiful city. So let's go with their presentations between two teams. There are Houston and Arkansas. First, with the women of Houston, there are Marta Caparrós and Lorena Rufo from Spain. Let's go, girls. Women Arkansas, Cata Tenorio and Patti Yaguno. The men for Houston, Iván Ramírez and Pablo García from Spain. And the men for Arkansas, Mario del Castillo, Gonzalo Rubio from Sevilla, Spain.
Mario, ubícate. Te querías venir a nuestro equipo, ¿no? Ubícate. Para un tiro bueno que tenemos.
A look to the Arkansas Matrix, who faced off twice yesterday. They came away from day number 1 with a team score of 1-1, and now they are set for their third matchup. Got a chance to see Yaguno in the elevator this morning, and she said, yeah, those two matches, they definitely did a little bit of work in each of them, saying she had to do a little work in the gym this morning to get that body moving. But it's been so fun to watch this team of the Arkansas Matrix really put together a phenomenal performance. They upset to start the entirety of this competition the Cancun Waves, a team that we just saw out on our championship court coverage that's wildly dynamic. So watch out for the Arkansas Matrix. However, on the other side, you've got a very fun team that was in action as late as you could imagine. Last night we saw, of course, the Houston Volts and their very, very young roster. A chance to see Pablo Garcia, who, by the way, plays that backhand side, and he has plenty of force. There's no doubt about that. Hi, everyone. I'm Cameron Irwin, hanging out with my very dear friend, Gonza Opina, and we are set. Gonza, what have you seen from this Houston team that you like so much?
I think the women's team was really strong. They had a huge opponent. Of course, when you're facing Marta Ortega, it's tough, but Marta Caparrós and Lorena Rufo played a good match. So I think they're looking really strong in order to try at least to get 1 point for the team. And of course, they have Pablo Garcia and Iván Ramírez, which is a super young and talented team. So I think it's a good team, really good team.
Well, there is no doubt about it. The paddle has been outstanding through the first 2 days. Hi, everyone. Of course, I'm Cameron Irwin, hanging out with Gonza, and we have the best seat in the house. I mean, to be able to watch the world's best right here in Miami is a treat in itself. We got a chance to see Agustin Tapia as well. I mean, what does it mean to have the best players right here playing in North America?
We're having 2 #1s, Agus Tapia and Nari Sanchez, playing in the Pro Padel League. That's an absolute honor, a privilege, having one of each ranking representing the Miami Padel Club. It's insane to be here in the US, having them. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, it's time to get you educated as to how the Pro Padel League format works. Take a look.
Event 1 of the Pro Padel League 2024 will be held in Miami and will have the following format. 10 teams were split into 2 groups of 5. Each team will play in a round-robin format. For PPL Event 1, group assignments were chosen at random. Group assignments for PPL Event 2 will be based on the final results of PPL Event 1. The tournament will last 6 days and each team is guaranteed 4 matches during the first 4 days of competition. 2 teams from each group will be required to play 2 matches on either the first or second day of round-robin competition. These teams were chosen at random during group selections. Each match includes a men's double, a women's double, and a mixed double. The format of the men's and women's doubles matches will be best of 3 sets with golden point and a super tiebreak to 10 points in the 3rd set. On the other hand, the mixed doubles will be played regardless of the result of the men's and women's doubles, and will be played to 1 set with golden point and super tiebreak to 10 at 6-6. The top 2 teams from each group advance to the semifinals. The winners of the semifinals will play in the final, and the losers will play for 3rd and 4th place. To determine the groups for PPL 2, the top 2 teams, champion and runner-up, will be placed in separate groups and the remaining teams will be drawn into groups at random. After groups are decided, there will be a random assignment between teams that did not play twice in the week prior to determine who will play twice in one day for the second week.
Well, that's how the Pro Padel League format will work. There are 4 events all leading up to the PPL Cup final, which will be held in November in New York City. The events will only get bigger and better than ever. Just the first week of April, we'll actually have our second event just in a week's time, and then we will head off to Los Angeles come middle of August to end of August. Nothing better than going from one palm frond on one coast to another palm frond on the west coast. And then after those final 4 events where points will be occurred, we'll get a chance to see who will show up, as only 8 teams will move on to the PPL Cup final. And of course, we'll also have that PPL All-Star event in mid-December. But a look now, Pablo Garcia warming up, and he's playing alongside a different partner than he just did a night ago. Last night, he played alongside Francisco Guerrero. However, today, he will be playing along Ivan Ramirez, And on the other side, there's a look at Gonzalo Rubio, who has played a lot of paddle in the last 2 days. Played in just about every single matchup, not only the men's, but also having played in both of the mixed competitions yesterday. And his young partner at 26 years old is Mario del Castillo. There's a look to the other side, the Houston Volts. Ivan Ramirez. Nice and warmed up here on Championship Court. It shouldn't take much, as temps will reach the high 80s and low 90s throughout the day. The humidity starting to clamp down on our Championship Court. The wind, no doubt, playing a factor compared to yesterday's action. So watch for that ball to get well above the cage and create a little bit of havoc. There's Mario out of Sevilla, Spain. He'll be playing the backhand side alongside his lefty partner, who plays the right. Really utilizing that setup role, does Mario. Great defense coming from him. Really allows space and opportunity for his partner, Rubio, to get aggressive, moving all the way to the left side, something fun to watch. And in the same sense, so does Pablo Garcia. Really patrols the middle. Great power in the overhead smash. Yesterday he saw a good amount of play, having played in the last match of the day to the Las Vegas Smash. However, the Houston Volts took a 0-3 loss as a team. As you now look to the matchup card, Team Arkansas giving you a little joy on their faces as they're set for yet another matchup. And as we look to the gold and the white groups, the play has continued. Yesterday's performance was outstanding from the LAB, the only team to have walked away with 2 wins on the day. They faced off against the
Left to the chair.
Florida Goats.
For Houston, Pablo Garcia and Ivan Ramirez. The match will play with golden point system. Teams will play 2 sets with tiebreak, and in case of draw, the 3rd set will play a tiebreak of 10 points.
Houston won the toss. Sorry.
Excuse me, the Los Angeles Beat picked up a win yesterday and then won this morning, hence they have 2 wins on their side. So one as of this morning as they played the San Diego Stingrays in our first match. Get a chance to see Tolito in action. San Diego Stingrays upset the Florida Goats yesterday as well. That second match of the day.
1 minute.
And the Florida Goats still looking for their first win, missing a few pieces of their roster. However, coming into this tournament, they were considered one of the toughest to have to face, but they're still looking for their own W. Arkansas Matrix still getting warmed up. Again, if you're new to Padel, we'll be playing both the men's and women's simultaneously, and actually we're expediting the format today, as the mixed matchups will also take place regardless of whether the score is 1-1 or 2-0. And joining me now, I've got a new friend. I lost Gonza, but I gained a Peter. So it's, you know, from one to the next. I'm so thrilled to have you as we get set for this fantastic duo, the Houston Volts versus, of course, the Arkansas Matrix. We saw the Arkansas Matrix twice yesterday, Peter. You're a pro paddle player in your own right. What stands out about Rubio?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here alongside you, Cameron, and here we have Gonzalo Rubio. He's a special player, he's a fighter, and it's incredible, no? How he tried to reach every point. He is a great person as well, but what I like most from him is how he fights for every ball, not just in competition, also while he's training. He's just an incredible player.
Yeah, you mentioned it. It's really the physicality that stands out first and foremost about Gonzalo Rubio. Just so athletic, fighting for every ball. You'll see him running outside of the court, back inside the court, and it seems like he's never phased. He's jumping through the door. I mean, I get tired watching him. He's got such a great spirit about him. But in terms of his partner, Mario del Castillo, he plays a unique role. He has to set up his partner. Can you talk to me about some of the responsibilities that he carries?
Well, it's true that Gonzalo Rubio is the one who has more experience and support his partner, Mario del Castillo. Mario del Castillo is crazy because now he's playing at the left side with Gonzalo Rubio, but he used to play at the right, no? So it's to adapt, and that is difficult to manage. No? When you are used to playing on one side and you have to change for the other side, then it's you have to take into account more variables that probably affect you, and it's more stressful. But so far, he's doing pretty well. He's a really fast man. He tries to put pressure every time that he can. He tries as well to stay close to the net and put pressure with his movement. So it's a really good couple. I think they are working pretty well together.
I like it. So court positioning becomes a great way to impart some pressure on their opponent. So watch out for Mario del Castillo in terms of where he stands on the court as we now get set. Just the first match of this combination between the Arkansas Matrix and the Houston Volts. The men will take the court first. And windy conditions, it seems like it's created some issues. But how often is it that they're playing in these kind of conditions?
Well, this year it's especially common because they've been playing outdoor in the last tournaments in Premier Padel. But it's true that it's not that easy not to play in these conditions because the wind affects you with the lobs, and also when you try to play a bandeja or a víbora or with the smash. So the one who adapts better to these conditions usually is the one who gets the win.
Well, we will watch out to see who's attacking better. You're going to keep me on track in terms of who you think is most offensive as we go through this. There's a look. Rubio, that first overhead smash and the net violation.
Low 15.
It's different styles. It's true that Ivan Ramirez, we call Ivancho, is his nickname, and also Pablo Garcia Rodrigo, they are so aggressive. They love to play in the transition zone and also close to the net. They use a lot of smash. They have a lot of power in them shots. And Ruby and Mario del Castillo, they are more relaxed, so that they have power as well. Gonzalo Rubi yesterday, he played amazing. He used the smash a lot, but they are more an old school paddle players. No, they love to try to control the times of the match and try to move them rivals around the court, waiting for the perfect moment to increase the speed of the ball.
So patience on one side, power on the other. Let's see who wins out. There's a good look at the first power from the Houston Volts.
15-30.
15-30. Right now, Pablo Garcia communicating with his new partner as of last night, Ivan. High lob. Flat through the middle. Lets it bounce off the glass, out of bounds, and point to the matrix.
15-40.
Really done by Mario del Castillo, because with the ball off the wall, he knew it was a great ball, and he decided to go to the transition zone, trying to put pressure on Pablo and Ivancho, forcing the error.
There's that power you were talking about.
30-40.
So good.
Yesterday I said he's got so much leverage. He's one of the taller out on the court, 6'2".
But it's interesting that he plays at the drive, because usually these kind of players usually play more at the left because of the power, because they can smash better. But it's the new school, the new wave. These players that are more aggressive, even playing at the drive side, because in Padel, for the people to know, usually is we have a left player that is more aggressive, try to look for the definition, and the drive player usually try to look for control, is the one who is more patient, who plays better at the back of the court, and try to work for his partner. Now, in this new wave of Padel, this changed a lot, because the drive players is also aggressive players sometimes. Depends on the styles of the players we are talking. But in this case, they both, the drive Pablo and the left player Ivancho, they are so aggressive, and they look for the definition.
It really is unique, because I would think from the drive position, having a lefty would make sense in terms of being the aggressor. However, having a righty from the drive position, a right-handed player, is a little bit different, because you have to be able to still find that ability to smash on your off shoulder. Not the easiest thing.
No, not at all. And for example, the best player doing this is Juan Lebron.
Yeah.
He is the former #1 for 4 years, and he is one of the players that changed the sport. No, he was a left player. He decided to move to the drive to play with Paquito Navarro and then with Alejandro Galán. And it was incredible how he could smash. He smashes better than his partner playing at the left, and we're talking about Alejandro Galán. Is one of the best smash players in the world.
That's incredible. You got to be able to find some offense from both the right and the left in the new age of paddle. Sounds like, at least. An early break for the Arkansas Matrix for the first game. Now looking to hold and go up 2-0.
First serve. Fall.
Second serve. Finds the feet
Game.
of Garcia. Okay, I have to ask.
Arkansas leads to
I've seen so many athletes just get pelted, hit with the ball. They show no pain. Does it hurt? That sounds like a dumb question, but
no,
but no one
all.
shows any pain.
Not at all. I think we have more pain because we lost the point. It's a psychological pain more than a physical one. But well, it depends. You know, if the ball is direct, or if the ball bounces first, then it's different. But usually we don't have that, and we are used to. Because in Padel, you are allowed to play the ball against the body of your opponent. In tennis, it's a fault, but here you can do it.
Okay, I like that. Psychological pain. It would hurt me psychologically more too. There's a net violation on the side of the Volts.
Especially when it's a goal point or an important break point. That hurts a lot.
We call that salt in the wound. Already harmed, and you make it that much more painful. I come from the world of volleyball, so I understand what it means to get hit in the face. It's not, yeah, not fun. But that hurt.
Over there, you are so close.
Yes, exactly.
Here, at least you can protect with your racket, so at least you can try.
Exactly. A little bit more protection.
But it's interesting because not many players play with glasses, and it's important not just for the sun, also for protection, because sometimes the ball could hit in your face, and this is a huge risk. No, and even now more and more players are using these glasses, protective glasses for the eyes, because the size of the ball is perfect for hitting your eye, and that is a huge risk.
Retinas beware, and a great example right now is you've got Ivan Ramirez wearing actually protective eyewear versus anything with shading on it as you look at the door. So the Houston Volts now with a chance to hold, get their first game. And they do.
In Houston, Arkansas lead 2-1.
2-1.
First set.
And we'll listen into the benches now and see what adjustments we can find.
Los 3 primeros puntos fueron muy bien jugados. Bueno, desde este lado no es fácil, se va muchísimo.
Sí, es más difícil.
Sí, sí, sí.
Vale, vamos a aprovecharlo ahora.
Vamos.
Pero hoy voy a bajar el primero, pero te voy a dar porcentaje alto, ¿vale? Una cosa, Mario, tiran piedra por abajo, no tiran chiquitas. Prefiero tapar ante la duda, pero ojo que muchas se van a ir a la mierda, ¿vale? Pablo,
y desde este lado más.
Sí, Pablo de derecha y de revés, te va a venir una piedra. Armados ahí.
Vamos. Vamos, te vamos a enganchar este punto. El primer punto te debería.
Dale, Vamos a actitud, Vamos a actitud.
No, el primero, Que volé Mario la primera que puede.
Sí, no mucho por el medio estás sacando. ¿No pasé por el medio?
Vale.
Creo que pasé alguna duda también, ¿no? A la primera, a lo mejor no pegaba la primera. Eso debe ser antes con el primer juego. Ya bueno, ¿no? ¿Te apuras en alguna?
Vamos a subir todo, que fluya.
Si quiere Pablo que vaya por la tea luego, pero
No le pongo más Iván aquí, tengo yo.
porque va muy bien ahí.
Aparte, solamente ibas a pegar.
Jugadores a pista, por favor.
Estamos muy bien.
Avisado.
Estamos muy bien. Me encanta esa confianza. Se puede ir por aquí.
Gonzalo Rubio to serve.
Rubio quick to get back to the service line.
Left for serve.
And I believe we're going to have a let here, a replay. Not exactly sure. They're checking the net.
They hopped out now.
We call that a mulligan. Wrong sport, I guess. Starting with the Chiquita. Seems like both these teams just trying to feel it out. We haven't seen an extended rally, a longer rally yet, really.
Yeah, it's because of the conditions. It's more difficult. And also, you try to avoid the smash from the opponent, and because of the wind with the lob, it's so difficult to control the ball. No? In the indoor conditions, usually we see longer rallies, but here outside, because it's changing all the time, and also with the sun, it's more difficult to maintain the control of the ball.
I imagine, just like there, the lob with plenty of spin and the fake smash, but putting spin on the lob, I imagine, would help in these kind of conditions. So having some sort of top spin, back spin, side spin to cut through the wind, does that help versus one that floats?
It's better if you play a fast lob, is what we call, no, when with the slide effect. so it's not that high. And then
like there.
Yeah, like this one, for example, and also because you avoid the of the wall smash, the bajada that we call.
Yeah.
And this bajada, it's an offensive shot from the back of the court. So sometimes it's difficult to block it, and if you play this fast lob, then you avoid the smash and also the bajada.
Makes sense.
But it's more difficult to play,
Yeah.
of course.
Game, Arkansas.
We like making the game more challenging, right?
Arkansas lead.
I try to do it a lot of times, and a lot of time I get a smash from the opponent.
3-1 now. Matrix find their own hold. Sent up low shoulder height on Rubio. Sends that off the wall. And just a hair too long from Rubio.
Really done by Pablo García Rodrigo, because he was waiting for Gonzalo Rubio to look for that angle, and then he stepped ahead and attacked with the body, moving Gonzalo to the other side and forcing the error.
Lob. Perfect lob on the return. Changing the direction and finding the foot of Garcia.
15-all.
This is one of the examples how Mario del Castillo take advantage of his movement and try to put pressure with his volley. If you change the direction, it's so important that it's an aggressive volley or you have advantage, because if you are switching all the time, then it's more difficult to maintain your position at the net, because your partner has to move with you, and then it's a huge challenge, because he doesn't know what you are about to do, and it's important to play through the middle and then change to the other side. But if you change directly, then you have to be sure that you have advantage.
That totally makes sense. That ball off the fence, and it's just over the net. Another fantastic smash from Gonzalo Rubio. But that makes sense because, especially if you're up at the net, I imagine you and your partner work in tandem. Like, it's almost like a dance covering certain parts of the court. So those redirect volleys, even though you think you're creating space, you could be hanging your partner out to dry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Because then they could look for a down-the-line shot.
Yeah.
And because you have to move to the other side in this transition, you don't have time maybe, and you have to play as a team. It's not, you're not playing an individual sport. You play in couples, and it's important to move with the shot of your partner and with your own shot as well.
And that's what's so challenging about this format in particular is, I imagine that takes a good amount of time, having practice, competitions alongside the same person. And here, you're getting a chance to play in a team format with a different partner, even from match to match, like the Houston Volts in this situation.
Yeah, and you have to adapt when you are not used to train with him or with her. Yeah. So it's more challenging. So usually we train for 4 hours, so 3 hours, between 3 and 4 hours per day with your partner if you can. So here you just have a week to prepare for this challenge.
Being able to be versatile, hypercritical. This is the first golden point of this matchup. Sitting that high, blocked back quickly. Slowing it down and cutting off before the glass. An absolutely really stunning ball to the corner. The Houston Volts earn the golden point. 2-3. They sneak that away.
Yo, con Pablo, cuando voy a Pablo no me tengo que adelantar, porque intento jugar bote pronto.
De momento no me gané un plato.
Por eso, le juego con el rebote de la pared.
Está súper incómodo con él.
Ahí, Gonzalo, saque, ahora,
No, espera, en el otro, o sea, en este. Sí, con una va bien, Chel. Una solo. Perfecto.
Vamos, Salito, ¿eh?
Y agüita, Chel. Perfecto, vale. Igual, ¿eh? Porcentaje ahora. Sí, ponme en la sombra, por favor.
Dame uno.
Mario del Castillo, to serve.
Sun beaming down on our championship court. Multiple courts here at the Ultra Club, the Ultra Paddle Club here in Miami, one of the premier venues across the United States and a focal point in North American paddle.
Look at that. Great smash from Rubio.
So one of the things I learned just from the early stages of my own paddle experience is how many different grips and how often you're changing the grip that you have. And right now this is a phenomenal point chase back to the corner. High lob. Garcia flattens it.
Oh, it's a crazy point. Oh, nice. Now with the drop shot, Gonzalo Rubio.
Amazing. But how often are you changing the grip within a given rally like that last one? You
Well,
stay pretty continental, but you still open and close, no?
Yeah, it depends on the player. For example, I've seen Tolito Aguirre.
Yeah.
So talented, and he used to change the grip all the time. No, in every point he's changing the time with almost every shot. I would say, especially we usually change the grip with the smash out of the court because we try to look for the eastern grip, and then it's easier for you to do the top spin effect. Also depends on the volley, but some players just use the continental and they just adapt with the shot with the movement of his grip. So it depends, no, on the player. For defense, it's better if you change to the eastern as well and to play the lob. It benefits you, and it's easier to do these kind of shots. But I would say that I change in every shot, or at least I try.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have time. Yeah.
Speaking of time, the Matrix running out of it in that last rally.
40-15.
Another great fake smash from Pablo Garcia. The lob, it wasn't good. It was a short lob, and he took advantage of it. It's important sometimes to start smashing every ball, so the opponent expects from you that you will smash, and then you start faking it. No, it's like you invest in this kind of shots. Sometimes you miss some balls, and then you can lose some points, but then when you continue playing in the match, then you will win more points because of it.
Oh, trying to chase down the Portres, but I 100% understand where you're coming from. We call that establishing something. So you would establish an offensive weapon so that you can create opportunities later on. So it's almost like you reserve certain shots, but you have to create opportunities for them later in the match.
Exactly like that. And also, not just with the smash, for example, with the tactic that you are following. Maybe playing cross-court lob all the time, and for the first 4 games, and trying to put pressure, approaching the net, and then you change. Then you play, for example, a chiquita, or change the lob to the other side. You invest in something, establish something, so the opponent gets used to, and then you change to another tactic. But this is always changing along the game. You start with one tactic, but then you have to adapt to the rivals, and then again, you change and change and change and adapt, and this is how it works.
It's like a game of chess, constantly adjusting to your opponent's tactics, ever evolving. A heavy step there for Ramirez. A miss. We'll get locked in here. Score 4-2 in terms of the first set. Love 30. Might even be able to hear the wind pick up in our microphones. Our courtside mics. Even our officials' umbrella has turned itself inside out. High bounce. There's the fake smash to your point. Well established and from the other side for Rubio.
Once again, and now they have 4 break points for Matrix.
They've already had 1 break to this point. There's the first.
Yeah, they are adjusting pretty well to the conditions, and they don't find the right lob. Pablo García Rodrigo and Ivan Ramirez struggling from the back of the court.
Waiting again, the second. So you said finding the right lob. Is that executing all lobs, or is that executing a specific one that's working for them?
Well, they need to at least find a way to go to the front of the net. That's just the main goal for them, because they are struggling at the back. So now that they are starting serving, they didn't have any problem because they start at the net. But when they are at the back, they need to find the way to go to the front. I would say that it's better to play a fast lob against Mario del Castillo, because he's not a great smasher as Gonzalo Rubio, for example.
Golden point opportunity here. Continuing the pressure into the corner. Castillo. And right now, the lobs are going awry on the side of the Matrix. It was Love 40, and they came back to pick up a game. That is the Houston Volts with the hold. An incredible performance. 4 straight.
No le quería cambiar por abajo, no le quería cambiar y trabajar. Y se me están quedando un poquito corto los globos, digo, voy a tirar, pero se me ha ido.
A mí me gusta, pero yo siento que el globo es bueno para que nosotros podamos asumir ahí un poquito de... ¿Tú tapas bien, Mare?
Vale.
Pasa eso.
Sí, pero adelantate. La vuelta queda muy adelante, ponete bien debajo de la bola para que se te quede ahí. Vamos, cuando volvemos a la esquina, luego tira los globos.
Y ahora con tranquilidad, si te quieres botar el
Ahora, Palito.
Gonzalo Rubio to serve.
Heading back out to the court now, 4-3, the advantage on the side of the Arkansas Matrix as they get a chance to go back to the service line.
Well, they had a huge opportunity, Mario del Castillo and Gonzalo Rubio, but because of these 4 unforced errors in a row with the lob, and they couldn't take advantage of it. It's important for Pablo and Ivancho stay in the first set, but probably Gonzalo Rubio won't allow that. Great smash from Rubio.
Well, and it's important to note, too, the direction of the wind. It's no surprise that those lobs went long on the side that now the Houston Volts reside on, the wind at their back.
Yeah, it's more difficult for them to defend with the conditions, because then when you are in the other side and the wind is facing you, then you play a lob, and then it's easier, I would say, to play a deep lob than stay short than the other way. Because if they are putting pressure with the volley and you try just to touch the ball, and then
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
It seems like the Volts at this point, they're doing all right on that side. A couple lobs gone their direction. However, the volley drops down. So when you're cutting volleys into the wind, I imagine, do they fall or do they rise hitting into the wind? A volley?
Well, it depends. Usually a volley, that it doesn't affect the wind that much. Yeah. Depends if it's a soft ball that's coming, it's approaching you, but usually you can reach the ball pretty well, and you can attack the ball with the volley.
40-15. Makes sense. Another ball finds the glass on the side of the matrix. 40-15.
It will be short. Not too short.
Call that a sky ball.
40-30.
Yeah, if you play high lob, I think it's almost impossible. You have to play really, really, really good. You can control.
Who's one of the best high lobbers in the game?
In this game or in the sport in general?
In the sport.
I would say Fernando Velasteguin, as a former #1 for 13 years. It's incredible. He used to play alongside Juan Martín Díaz. That's a coach here.
That ball
he's
out of bounds.
He's an incredible player. It's crazy how he played with the lob.
5-3. And a hold for the Arkansas Matrix.
The bad thing for Garcia, for Ivancho, they didn't have any break point. The good thing is that they are just one break down, so everything could change. In Padel, we say that 1 point could change everything. This is dynamic, positive dynamics, negative dynamic, and usually you can maintain the level for the whole match. So when you are not playing that well, when your opponents are better than you, then you just try to save the breaks, try to maintain your service, and then try to fight when you are receiving.
Speaking of fighting, there was the tweener from Rubio as he chases that contra Pared. Tries to get a racket on it.
Possible. So brave now, Ivan Ramirez.
Serving the cross court, you got to be able to put your track shoes on, get to the net, cover. Attack the middle. Checking down and flattening.
That was out. It touches the fence. Because when depends, no? Usually when you are used to see this kind of bounce, then you know when it's out, when it's in. But you have to play a lot, not to interpret. But also the sound helps a lot. No? With the sound, usually we recognize if a ball is in or out. Sometimes we make a lot of mistakes, of course. But it's true that you just can decide if the ball is in or out just because of the sound, or also, of course, because of the bounce.
Whether you hear the fence clank first. Oh, that skipped off the sidewall as well, nearly giving an opportunity to the Matrix. However, the Volts, to your point,
No hace falta la piñata, luego bien cruzado a Mario.
Meanwhile, as they take a second to run through some of these replays, Out on our grandstand court, we've actually have a previous match still underway. The New York Atlantics facing off against the Cancun Waves. And man, that men's matchup, to see Teo Zabata playing alongside Sanyo was so fun. They picked up a fantastic win in the super tiebreak. So they have put themselves in a great position. But right now, the New York Atlantics have set one in the women's match on the grandstand, 7-6, and are up 6-5 in the second set.
Also tie everything. Well, they are close, Cancun Waves, to get the victory. It's true that it's incredible that so many matches are like that, no? You go to the super tie break. Actually, these players they have different rankings, and you would say, okay, because for example, Sanjay Gutierrez, no, he is the favorite one, but he's struggling to win the matches. Or Agustin Tapia yesterday, for example, Ari Sanchez. Even if they are the best players in the world, here everything could change. No, it's the magic of the PPL, but also the magic of playing as a team, with a team with you, behind you, supporting you. And for me, yesterday we heard some of the players that they were nervous. No,
really?
Yeah, they were so nervous. For example, it's true that the younger ones, for example, Javier Leal, he said no to his coach, I'm so nervous. I mean, I can't focus because I'm so nervous. I'm so excited about the match. And it's this responsibility with your team, no, not just with your partner, not just with yourself, also with the team. It's a huge concept, no? It's more than you, and that's very good for a paddle player because you feel part of something bigger.
I love that. They are a part of something bigger, and that's growing this sport. As you get a nice little exchange here up at the net. Slowing things down, sending it to the corner. And right now the Houston Volts are trying to add a bit of pressure. They need a break here.
It's a crucial moment. Now, margin of error. They need to get the break now, or it will be set for Matrix.
Running out of time. Nice block. And another that time, I believe actually coming off of Rubio.
Oh, that was a difficult shot to control. I guess he didn't have time to play with the forehand, so he just decided to play behind his back.
I think that's the harder way to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe easier for you.
Well, not that easy. Gonzalo is a talented player. Ooh, what a block.
Unimaginable stab. Garcia. Oh, you make an outstanding play, and then you run to the net. The volley just didn't go his direction.
Played so good, and also he was brave to go to the front, trying to attack with this down the line backhand volley. Wow, incredible.
Things getting close here. Rubio. Adios, pelota.
What a smash from Gonzalo Rubio. When the team need him, he always appear with the smash. It's so good. Gonzalo yesterday, he played 4 matches. It's incredible. And today, alongside Mario del Castillo, he's just 2 points far away from the first set.
Playing a lot of paddle in a single day. I talked to Patty Yanguno, part of the Arkansas Matrix, and she said that she had to spend some time in the gym this morning getting warmed up.
I was with her at the gym actually. And yeah, she told me as well, no, but it's incredible. Patty Yanguno, an amazing player. She is playing for such a long time, and she's playing very good with alongside Rubio. They won the 2 mixed doubles.
30 love, or excuse me, 40-30. Trying to chase, gets this now to a golden point for the set. Can the Arkansas Matrix close this out?
For a moment.
The 3rd golden point we have had.
An everything point. almost everything point, except for the match point. But it's so important for the players. For that reason, they take a moment to prepare themselves, try to refocus, try to think about how to face this momentum. And in the coach, at the bench, they say to Ivancho, just enjoy.
I like that. Play freely. Golden point. Set point for the Matrix. Hada. Rubio bounces it out of the court with a little flare on his side. Set belongs to the Arkansas Matrix.
Well, incredible set. And what an end, what a recovery from Gonzalo Rubio with a celebration included. The Superman Rubio get the 6-4 for Arkansas Matrix.
Looking through the spyglass, the Arkansas Matrix takes set number 1.
Si nosotros aflojamos mucho la volea, ellos lo único que van a hacer es venir para arriba. Necesitamos la volea un poquito más, sobre todo yo. ¿Te parece? Sí, sí, sí. Porque si la aflojamos se nos vienen los dos.
Pero es más fácil cuando la aflojamos desde allí, porque tienen aquí puente a cualquier globo.
6-4, no cambiamos de lado, comenzamos.
Dame una agüita, panita, por favor.
Vamos, Mario, igual volumen, cuando nos quede por delante es nuestra cosa, ¿vale?
Ahora este globo, si no llegamos, va a pasar, pero poner el globo largo. Y después ya con la bola presionamos. Mira, presiona ahí, le sacaron bien esto. Vamos. Vamos. Vamos, ¿ya? Ahí. Vamos, si le sale. Si le saca.
Después buscar otro.
Time.
Vamos, vamos.
Second set will start with Pablo Garcia to serve.
Pablo Garcia starts the second set. And some news for you to get this set started. New York actually picked up the women's match 7-6, 7-5. So they have now forced that mixed doubles match to become the deciding factor between the New York Atlantics and the Cancun Waves. Keep you updated as to how that one proceeds. So in terms of adjustments, Peter, I have to ask, this was very close. The Houston Volts just not able to come away with a break. What do you want to see from them in this second set?
Well, it's a very good thing for Houston Volts. At least they found a way to get the break points, something that they couldn't do in the whole match. Now they are being more aggressive. They found a way to control the net, so I expect for them to play low when they are at the back and trying to go for this movement to the transition zone, trying to attack and playing less with the lob. I think it's not that great. Trying to avoid, especially Gonzalo Rubio, that for myself he's been the MVP of the match so far.
He was the MVP of the day yesterday for multiple of our matches. We talked about it often. All right, so maybe avoid the smash from Rubio
Game, Arkansas.
in the first game, and an early break for Arkansas. That's a way to start a set.
Yeah, once again, that's so bad for Pablo Garcia and Ivan Ramirez. The thing is, when you play second set, it's like everything starts from zero. Doesn't matter if you were beating 0-6, if you won the set for 7-6. Doesn't matter the score. Doesn't matter if you won or not the set. Okay, that's a thing. But new set, new context, then everything starts from zero, and you have to find a way. If you get the break, then you have more confidence, and you can start playing the way you were doing in the first one, or the way you get that break. No, for that reason, it's important to start so good. And Ivan and Pablo, they are in troubles right now because set down, break down, that's so bad.
That's a tough position to be in, and actually it's the exact same position they started set number 1, down a break. What a save, Castillo. Patience. And closing out. Good on the poach.
Incredible.
And even better on a near por tres, but nonetheless, it's still a winner.
Yeah, still a winner, and another great movement from Mario del Castillo. He's everywhere. It's crazy, Mario. Well, we have to give also credit to Mario del Castillo. It's not that easy for him, especially because he used to play, as we said at the intro, at the drive side, and he's playing at the left, and he's playing so good.
Impressive that he can switch sides and play at the level he currently is. Little I formation. There's another great defensive play. He's back to his normal side and switches to the left yet again.
Ooh. Yeah, directly to the wall. But you know, it's like Superman. So Gonzalo Rubio, he
doesn't feel a thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
The only thing he can that can take him down is kryptonite.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's good. I used to train with him, and he was in the floor 2, 3, 4 times per hour.
He had a diving save yesterday.
Yeah.
It was very impressive. Amazing volleys. There's the redirect, and it was the right time.
Yeah, perfectly. They have to wait for the right moment to increase the speed or change the direction. He has done it perfectly. Very good. Well played, Mario del Castillo.
To your point, we need to give him some of his own flowers. Give him his own bouquet, because he's playing wonderfully right now.
Yeah, maybe I have to think about the MVP and we give it to Mario. Yeah. And now we've seen another kind of smash. We've seen the fastest smash from Gonzalo Rubio. It's also a very good idea when your opponent is at the back. You don't look for a high smash, you just want that the ball go fast.
Trying to steal that before it got away from him, but nonetheless, off the racket too hard.
Arkansas lead.
Arkansas
Second set.
with a hold. This is looking identical to what we saw in set number 1, at least in terms of the set score.
And the problem for Houston is not the score. It's more the feeling that you have, now that Mario del Castillo and Gonzalo Rubio, they are in control, they are in charge, they are playing the way they want. So that's the worst part right now for Pablo Garcia and Ivan Ramirez.
Need to change the momentum on the side of the Arkansas Matrix. If you're the Volts, and right now they've got to find a different way to do it. Chopping that down, and maybe that's the direction. So how do you change the momentum? How do you shift maybe the strategy on the side of the Volts right now? You said maybe avoid the high lob and the smash on the side of the Arkansas Matrix, but you got to get there somehow.
Yeah, it depends on your way and depends on your own style. For example, for Pablo Garcia and Ivancho, I wouldn't say that my way is more like try to slow down a little bit, try to play with more lobs, try to play with patience, with margin. But for them, I would say that they need to risk when they are close to the net. They need to put pressure with the volley. So try to maintain more the control of the net. And when they have a blob, then they receive a lob, try to smash it. Because they are great smashers. And if they make a mistake, it's okay. They have to focus just in the decisions, not in the result of the decisions.
So push into who you are, right? So pushing into what you're capable of, instead of trying to change who your personality and your temperament. Yeah. You almost risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, it depends, of course, on when which players you are facing, no?
Yeah.
Who you are facing, because if, for example, if you have the same style, I would say that it's better to play with patience, try to talk with your partner a lot, try to slow down the game. And then try to feel more relaxed.
See if the Houston Volts can find a little bit of peace here in set number 2. 40-15. Excuse me, the smash. Well done. The Houston Volts find their first game 1-2.
Seguimos del momento, si fue el primer set, segundo, vamos del momento, seguimos. Ahora, muy excelente. Excelente comunicación, se están comunicando muy bien. Se están confundiendo, están atrás.
Y la que le camina y te la tapa y gancho, está de loco, tío. Está de loco.
Qué planita, qué linda.
Alguna te puede cazar, pero a mí me encanta eso. Yo creo que ahora hemos estado mejor con globo de calidad, aunque le he tirado un hilo corto a Pablo. Pero...
Es que y yo aquí igual, parece que se te va a quedar que se va a ir muy largo, y no, está igual, y yo me he quedado como, hay que tirarlo fuera.
El problema es lo que veo que ellos, cuando se ha pinchado bueno, ya saben y la dejan botar. Y así ya no están buenos.
Más rapidito, más tocado, más...
A mí me gusta el pinchado cuando le dan sin
hecho, aquí hemos roto tirando sobre van así. Se van a venir, ¿eh?
Ahora entendemos. Y sobre el clavo lo globo.
Sobre el revés, por ahí, y derecha el globo.
Tengo que hacer dos restos buenos para ponernos 40, 15, que estamos así.
Estamos sin el globo, bueno, ahora sí, ganamos la ronda seguida. 4 puntos de ganando. Queremos ganar entre 4, no somos nadie, queremos darle a nosotros, queremos hacer algo. Alguna neutra, que pase algo primero. Estamos trabajando que no pierdan el punto.
¿Sabes qué? Al final, si se saca un poco de confianza, que cubra más pistas, ¿sabes lo que te digo? Claro, por eso te digo. A mí me cuesta mucho para ganar puntos, ¿sabes? Pero si el revés está con un poco de confianza, ahí toca, no está ningún globo corto está animando a pegarle. Vale. Sigamos. Sí.
¿Cuántas te puesto paralelo, Mario?
Ninguno.
¿Palitos?
2-1 coming back out of the change of ends. Hi everyone, Cameron Irwin alongside my friend Peter, who, by the way, pro paddle player himself and has been walking you through this matchup beautifully, giving you all the insights, the ins and outs of the Pro Paddle League. Just the first event, day number 2. It was a late night or maybe an early morning for all of us as we played into the early morning hours and broadcast into the early morning hours here in Miami, Florida. However, today, things moving a bit quicker, as is the ball and the wind.
Well, yesterday was a great day, and it was an intense day as well. It was for around 17, 18 hours. So, yeah, it's crazy because all the matches they're playing for 3 sets. Well, 2 sets and a super tie. At least the most of them, but that's good. I think for the PPL, it's good that they fighting that hard every team to get the point for their own team, as I said. And here we have a break up for Gonzalo Rubio and Mario del Castillo. I think they are in control, it seems, at least.
Arkansas Matrix trying to find yet another win. That would be their second in terms of a team win if they could pick it up here over the Houston Volts. Volts are 0-1 in this event. They were one of 2 teams playing into the early morning hours, so a quick little turnaround for the Volts.
And we saw at the benches Ivan Ramirez. It seems that he is a little tired, probably also struggling with the sun. He was taking a gel and trying to cool down a little bit. Well, I would say also when you are in a match and you don't feel comfortable and you think a lot about your pain, about how you feel, about all the bad parts, but when you are with the flow, when you are winning, then it's like you don't have any pain. I don't say that.
You feel nothing.
Yeah, but I don't say that you don't have any pain. I just say that you don't feel nothing. As you said, no, it's just you just have a positive thought because it's your momentum and you just go with it. And when you are in this state of flow, that's so good.
Looking for that flow state right now. The Houston Volts need to find that flow state. Down 1-3. Picked up though from the Matrix, and man, as soon as they make a play, you're waiting and anticipating it's going to go their direction, but the Matrix are just on top of it right now.
Ivan Ramirez tried to put pressure, tried to reach the net, but he was in no man's land. But okay, Ivan. So now look at that angle from him, so good.
Goes inside out with this. Check this shot out, unbelievable.
He's complaining. I know how he feels. Probably he thinks that he's facing the wind, and then he's trying to play these deep lobs, but the ball it didn't slow.
It didn't slow
go directly to the wall. Yeah, and it's like you get frustrated because it's like, okay, so how I should play the lob then?
The wind coming in and out of our championship court.
For that reason, it's important to play low, to play to the volley of your opponent.
Sends that to the back corner. And another, an outstanding point all around.
Off the side wall. It was a great idea because Ivancho was in the middle, was in the center. Pablo Garcia Rodrigo was in the parallel, and he decided to play a cross-court ball using the side wall. It's out.
In Houston,
3-2.
3-2, and again, we are going with exactly the same scores from set number 1. Let's see, the Houston Volts can find a little magic here in set 2.
di cuenta un año.
Mi saque ahora, ¿no?
Todos tenemos el saque.
Sí.
El primer punto. Vamos a hacer el porcentaje con primer saque y con mucha valentía, mucha convicción.
Ahora vamos a hablar solo de tu saque. Cuando acabe el juego nos juntamos. Para ir a un campo.
Ahora no hay nada más que lo de la parte.
Exactamente.
Ahora si le metemos picantito es difícil para ellos tirar el globo, porque con nada que toquen ya se va.
Sin presión. Vamos a hacer primero y lo damos vuelta, ¿eh? Estando atrás. María nos arrepentimos.
Vamos gancho, ¿eh? Vamos gancho, ¿eh? Grítame un poquito, animal. Grítame un poquito, ¿eh?
Mario del Castillo to serve. Second serve.
Well, Peter, one of the things you were just talking to me about in the changeover is maybe the Houston Volts with a little bit of a different approach, maybe finding lower shots.
It's true that it's difficult to play against the volley of your opponent, but when you are not playing good lobs, like this one, this is really, really good. You need to play low, as Gonzalo Rubio and Mario Castillo just did. Incredible, not just because of the ball, with the ball off the wall from Rubio, also the transition. Look at Mario del Castillo, he was already close to the net, waiting for the ball from his partner.
Perfect anticipation from the Matrix. Flattens and Castillo nearly stole that one again through the middle. Uses two hands on the block. Oh, that would have been so deadly.
Yeah, it was so difficult as well and so risky. And I want everybody to see the position of Mario del Castillo. Every time that Gonzalo Rubio is playing with the ball off the wall, he's in the transition zone, so he knows what Gonzalo Rubio is about to do. So important to play with the ball from your partner.
He's trying to put a hole through that net.
Chancletazo is how we call that ball. It's the like the forehand, the flat forehand. It's chancletazo.
I like that. You can keep teaching me, improving my Spanish. There's the flat smash.
3-0.
No, actually, chancletazo is like the sandal.
A sandal? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it's called like that. It's a sandal with a huge...
A flat sandal.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
40-30.
Spanish is chancla. So from chancla to chancletazo.
40-30. There's a look out to our grandstand where the mixed matchup is still underway.
What we saw here.
A point on championship court. Unbelievable. This is why we love paddle in the United States. This is the Pro Paddle League. Again, out to the grandstand, there is a look. 2-1 in the mixed matchup. Cancun Waves on the far side. 30-all.
It's so important, this point.
50 love.
On the mix, remind everyone they are 1-1. So the one who gets the mixed doubles is the one who will get the win for the team.
Zapata out playing on the left side.
30 love.
Seda playing alongside Zapata.
Single turn.
Finds the sidewall. Zapata. Plenty of vertical. He's shaking the court right now.
Tornado Zapata.
So 2-2 out on the grandstand. Again, that's the decider between the Cancun Waves and the New York Atlantics.
In Houston,
Championship
Arkansas
court.
lead 4-3, second set.
4-3 here in set number 2. The Houston Volts need this second one.
Tenga cuidado cuando vuelvan. Vamos, vamos, voy a regalar a Pablo esta. Toma. Vamos a estar aquí que estamos jodidos. Si marcamos jugadas y es como que metemos. No creo que puedan hacerlo bastante, pero si te juegan luego pasado abierto, quiero que haya el esfuerzo de tirarla para abajo por el centro. Vale. ¿Vale? Yo de ahí por el centro me puedo ayudar, pero esta prefiero no perder la red con esto. Ahora mismo.
Time.
Le valió a mucho al revés a Pablo, el que le tiraste funcionó.
Gonzalo Rubio to serve. $50 love. $15.
15-all. This match has been exceptionally close through sets 1 and 2. However, the Houston Volts just unable to find an advantage here. Mid-tempo. Mario.
Oh.
That is absolute perfection.
Very good. Very well played by Pablo García Rodrigo. Now they're close again for the first time in this second set. Just 2 points far away from the break. And every time they are close to the break, then is the smash from Gonzalo Rubio.
He's stealing their dreams away.
It's literally a nightmare for Pablo García and Ivancho.
Rubio, again, beautiful setup. Lets it bounce. Ooh, and the soft stuff.
Incredible.
The light touch earns the point.
40-30.
Such a smart player.
It's like a car salesman. Shows one thing, delivers another.
I like.
Don't tell him I said that. Also, actually, he's been really fun to see around the venue.
Golden point.
Always has a
Iván
smile
Ramírez
on his
to
face.
receive.
Rubio.
And now we have the really important moment. It's a goal point.
The fourth in this match, the first here in the second set.
Yes.
Majority of these going the way of Matrix. Bye-bye ball. This time it's for the Houston Volts. A break, a much-needed break for the Houston Volts. It is now 4-all.
Oh, they got it. It's 3 goal points in a row for Pablo Garcia and Iván Ramírez. The first one, of course, in this second set, as we said before. Well, in the last moment, it's 4-all right now. Really done by Ivancho and Pablo Garcia. He went for the smash once again, Gonzalo Rubio, but the execution wasn't good, and Ivancho was waiting for him.
So now the response has to be on the other side of the net. The Arkansas Matrix need to settle themselves.
Ooh, what a volley. It's crazy stuff from Pablo Garcia.
Finds the sidewall. That ball does not come back off the fence.
That's when this happens, it's nothing you can do about it. It's impossible to defend that kind of shot. At least if you are far away from the fence. And if you are, for example, Agustin Tapia and you're close to the fence, then it's one of the only person that can,
can do it.
Yeah.
Works with a fast lob. Now the high lob. Almost blocking out the sun is Garcia. Drops the eyes, does Ramirez. Nearly missing that. Castillo.
That's the rulo from Mario del Castillo again. Another rulo. Perfect. Perfect direction, perfect execution against the fence. Sometimes it's good for you, but usually when you play the rulo, it's so difficult to defend. It's a offensive shot, but also allow you to recover the net. That is the most important thing, that you can hit the ball from the back, and then you can recover again. He did it twice, and he did it so good. For that reason, he got the point.
It's offensive, but also gives you court position.
Yeah.
Of course, changing the spin, that rulo on inside-out shot on the overhead.
Exactly, and also we have the bandeja. The bandeja is not an offensive shot; it's a defensive shot. Even if you play like the smash or the vibra, you just want to play the bandeja for recovering the net. It's just a shot to recover your position.
You have to be able to have control not only hip height, but also shoulder height and overhead. I think that's one of the most unique aspects of this sport, is just the numerous types of overhead shots that you can have, offensively and defensively. Flattens that. Whose winner is it? I'm not even sure who made contact.
You have to tell me, so I need to put it down here.
Where does that one go in the stat sheet?
Combined shot.
They get a half winner.
Yeah, we can see now they play as a team. And now
30-40.
It's 2 break points.
2 break points for Team Matrix. I think it's also fun. It seems like the Matrix have really attached themselves to the team format. They continue to look to their bench and celebrate alongside their teammates. Now we find ourselves at another golden point, number 5 of the match.
You see again a goal point, and then Gonzalo Rubio and Ivancho go outside of the court.
Is there any delay of game here? I think everyone talking about exactly what their strategy might be. Garcia will serve the direction of Rubio. Great turn. Waiting. Bandeja. And closing down the net. The golden point to the Volts.
Once again to the Volts, and we saw how Ivancho changed the grip at the last moment. He was about to do the smash, but he, I think it twice, changed for this well, kind of bandeja, placed the ball down, and then he got the point.
Well done. So he uses that bandeja as the setup shot. Almost here, just a little tempo on that, and able to step towards the center and close down the game. 5-4. Right now, the Houston Volts up.
Todo el rato, todo el rato, todo el rato. Sí. Mario, yo lo que quiero decirte, quiero transiciones, tío. Nosotros cuando vamos, cuando tal, no. Nos han ganado 3 puntos de la atrás. Nosotros atrás. Somos físicos, somos perros. Vamos a ir luchando, pero a tope. Claramente, vamos. ¿Tú sabes qué marete? Vamos. Opa. Ahora mira otro pues. Vamos, vamos. Vamos. Ya está. Ya está. Vamos.
Mario Castillo to serve.
The Houston Volts up 5-4 right now. Looking for a break for the second set.
Now, great angle from Gonzalo Rubio. Surprised Pablo Garcia.
Fall.
Castillo. A little slower on that second serve. Tempo change into the corner. Make it 40-love.
He's bowling so good, especially with the forehand volley, putting pressure with the slide effect, but also it's a fast shot, so it's difficult because you have to react pretty fast to recover that ball from Mario del Castillo.
Tough half volley. So tough.
Yeah, also how Ivancho changed the tempo. Was a slow ball, a chiquita, and then that got complicated for Mario del Castillo.
Nice exchange. There's the rulo. And it's effective yet again.
I laugh because Gonzalo Rubio was watching Mario del Castillo without seeing the ball going out. He knew that the ball was about to go directly to the wall.
So tied up now, 5-all.
Already celebrating. It's a
That's
tough
called
match.
confidence in your partner.
Yeah. Well, and also the ball. When imagine, no, that the ball, if the ball would have been in, then it would be a problem for Gonzalo Rubio, and well, because of the win also. And then Mario Castillo is so fast at the net.
And fast, actually, to the glass as well. Some quick footwork to get back there, recognizing the ball out of bounds.
Look at the position from Gonzalo Rubio. He was already outside of the court, just in case Ivan Ramirez
decided to go inside out.
Yeah, no, decided to play the smash out of the court, but he decided to do the other side. Yeah, I mean, it was so easy for Ivancho. So, but at least he tried. No, that's the good thing for Gonzalo Rubio. He always trying to fight for every point.
And I hear celebration from our grandstand court. It looks as if the New York Atlantics picks up the mixed match.
Oh,
and I
look
love
at
that. Not even looking at his own shot. He just knew it was a winner.
Really done. Growing in the game, Mario del Castillo, especially in this second set, is doing so well.
So the court has cleared out on the grandstand, and I believe the New York Atlantics picked up the win over the Cancun Waves.
From here we could see the team celebrating. So
50-40.
That would be a 2-1 victory over the Cancun Waves. And the New York Atlantics pick up their second win. They are 2-0 after the first 2 days.
oh. Crazy smash.
30-40.
They saved the first break point.
This would be a big moment for the Arkansas Matrix.
Second serve.
Off the net and out of bounds. Sends this high. Calculated from the Volts. And a second. They maintain the court position. Cross court. Oh my. Found himself up against the fence, and potentially for the second time, Rubio might have a little blood on his hands.
Yeah. He gave everything, and it was this duel at the net. It was really good. Chiquita against Chiquita, playing cross court to the fence. And he got,
To receive.
I don't know, maybe.
A splinter?
Yeah.
I'm looking at him right now, and he's looking at that left hand.
To receive.
Well, then we have another gold point. Last serve were for Garcia and Ramirez.
This is the moment right now for the Houston Volts and the Arkansas Matrix. This could be the momentum shift.
Ball.
Second serve again. Anticipation for Rubio on the return. Sends this well into the air. Blocks. And into the net, the golden point and the break to the Arkansas Matrix.
Well, it was a risky decision from Rubio playing with those lobs, and now the mistake from Ivancho. It was difficult to reach that ball. The error and the break. They will serve for the win.
Es muy jodido cuando el globo está medio atrás. Si tú le pegas para atrás, que es lo que le pasa a Ivancho, que le ha pegado aquí. Entonces, yo ahí que es lo que te digo, no, deja que bote y tira por el medio picante. Pero no pega para atrás.
El tema es que yo quitando una, ellos me están tirando el globo más recto. Entonces, ese no me da miedo para botar.
Bueno, escucha, si no, tírale mucho. Vale. Pero no le pegues para atrás porque se te cae la... Y es lo que le pasa a Ivancho.
No, es que el que mete muñeca hace que quede un poquito más pinchado.
Sí, y te puedes meter debajo. Si no te puedes meter debajo, tal, apunta sino al cuerpo. Al cuerpo, o si no, escucha, tira la media.
If you weren't already having fun, it's about time we level up, as this second set is really close between the Arkansas Matrix and the Houston Volts. The Arkansas Matrix just walking away with a break after a golden point, and now they have a chance at 6-5 to close out the second set as well as the match.
Yeah, so close. There were 3 breaks, break, counter break, and now another break for Matrix. He has 3 points away from victory.
Wind picking up here. A handy bounce and a kick smash, bringing that back to the side of Garcia.
So brave, Mario del Castillo. What that ball, it wasn't easy at all. He played a fast, flat shot, and then Gonzalo Rubio took advantage of the second one.
40 love right now. This is looking like it's going the direction of the Arkansas Matrix. 6-4 in the first, and right now, it's a match point opportunity for the Arkansas Matrix. Have to be earned on the second. Another opportunity at match point now presents itself.
Mario tried just to touch the ball. Well, they have another 3, so it's a huge advantage. But still, usually when you miss, when you make 2 unforced errors, you lamentate that you didn't win it before. You didn't win it before.
They were dialed in on the opposite side in terms of their ability to lob. However, this side has proven to be a bit more challenging for the Arkansas Matrix from the back of the court with some of those lobs. Remember back to some of those earlier stages in this matchup. Still match point. This one, it's the finesse for Superman, flying away with the match.
Now they celebrate. They are friends, they are a team. It's Arkansas Matrix, Gonzalo Rubio and Mario del Castillo. 6-4, 7-5 again against Ramirez and Garcia against Houston Volts. Well, the first point for Matrix, an incredible performance from Rubio and del Castillo. It was a great fight, and they got a match point. Now they got the first point for their own team.
An incredible performance by that man right there, Gonzalo Rubio, and his partner, of course, Mario del Castillo. Fantastic to see him playing on his offside and still coming up with so many plays. Great defense, great execution, and even more offense in the second set from Castillo.
Yeah, he did great. He was brave. He was well, he made a lot of great decisions for his team, and what I like most was how he moved with the ball from Gonzalo Rubio. He was always close to the net, the movement that he made, how he played, especially with that forehand volley, pushing pressure every time. It was a great performance. I would say the first set, Rubio was the MVP, but definitely the second set was for Mario del Castillo.
Well, we didn't end up going to that super tiebreak. That would have been the decider in terms of the MVP as well. So, hey, we still have a chance to potentially see the Arkansas Matrix, as they have picked up another win on their side at the men's ranks. We'll, of course, have the women's match also still to come, but it's time to head to the third member of our crew, Javi Carrasco, with our winners.
Here we are with the winners of the victory, Gonzalo Rubio and Mario del Castillo. Congratulations, guys. Well, first of all, Gonzalo, I want to see your hand. Come on the camera, because what do you say?
No lose, no win. No. Well, so happy to get a point for the team. Congrats, Super Mario. It's not Mario in Miami. It's Super Mario. He played. He did incredible. For me, it's incredible play with Mario. He's a friend. In the bench, we have the coach, Charlie Moon. For us, he's an inspiration. He fought a lot for the life, and he's an example for us. So it's
not fair if we don't fight every ball. So this win is for Charlie Moon.
Thank you so much, Gonzalo Rubio. Mario del Castillo, how are you, man? Gonzalo said that here in Miami, you are not Mario. You are Super Mario.
Bueno, cuando juego con Gonza muchas veces me transformo en Super Mario, que no somos pareja, no hemos jugado ningún torneo profesional como tal, pero hemos jugado muchos torneos, somos de la misma ciudad, nos conocemos desde hace mucho tiempo y para mí es un placer y un lujo jugar con un jugador como él y aparte un gran amigo.
They knew so for a long time, they are friends, they are in the same city, so they are close friends. Thank you so much, Mario del Castillo, Gonzalo Rubio, congratulations. See you the next game there in the PPL.
So the men pick up the win for the Arkansas Matrix. Still must find out exactly what will take place in the women's matchup. But a beautiful performance from the team in red. The win belongs to them.